Hey guys, Dean here. I want to talk to you for a minute about EDC and possibly a role situation, WROL, without rule of law. There was a pretty big discussion on an internet forum that I frequent about having EDC and having your stuff with you at all times. There was a guy on there that said no matter what, if he is out of his house, he has his EDC bag, I guess he carries with him. It's got a pistol, knives, cordage, all the stuff that he would need in a survival situation in his bag. Now, I guess my thoughts on that are, even to the people that have, the conceal carry or whatever your situation is for your defense weapons, for your, survival kit, if you carry it in your pockets, whatever the situation, you still need to learn some skills to improvise. That's very important to your survival, is to improvise. There was a situation where one of my friends that actually lives in a big city was mugged, and he always had his EDC stuff in his cargo pants. I personally can't stand cargo pants, but he loved them. He had all of his stuff in there, and he was sure that no matter what happened, he would always have his survival equipment on him. He actually got mugged at gunpoint. He had concealed carry permit. He carried pretty much every day, but they got a hold of him before he could reach his weapon, before he could defend himself at all, and he had all this awesome gear in his pockets, in his cargo pants. So instead of just taking his gun or whatever he had in his pockets, they took his pants with all the stuff in it. Now, maybe he messed up and that's why they got the drop on him before he could defend himself, whatever the situation. But the truth of it is, he lost his pants, and in those pants was all of his survival gear. Of course, it's different in the city, out in the country, that sort of thing. But the truth of it is, in a role situation, there's going to be people that steal your pants, that carry all your survival gear. Now, in that case, he, of course, he ran to the nearest establishment and called the police and whatnot, and he never got his pants or his weapon or anything back, but he was fine. It wasn't a without rule of law situation. In a without rule of law situation, there's no one to run to. There's no store to go to buy more survival equipment that you can stuff in your pants. So I wanted to show you guys something. This, I think, as most of you know, I build blades and customize blades for a living, or customize everything for a living. But this is a blade that I just made. It took me about 10 minutes. It's out of an old fender from an old trailer, like a flatbed trailer, the fender. I cut it off. I took my vice grips, I bent over the edge here, I bent the edge here, wrapped it in tactical pink duct tape, makes the handle. I got the blade. I used a file to file the blade, and it's not pretty, but in the situation you're out in the woods or you are somewhere where you can find a piece of metal that can be fashioned into a knife, you have a blade. If you need to cut anything, if you need to, say you you had cordage and you made a trap, like a spring trap or whatever. You caught yourself an animal, then what do you do with it? If you have no blade, you can't gut it, you can't cut it up to cook it. With this piece of crap metal, you could butcher yourself an animal. It's not pretty, it's not made for the long haul, but this is a survival situation. You can use this knife for your survival. Just to show you, you know, like I said, it's an old piece of, you can see it's green, and the green, it was painted green. Had some actually decorative silver in it, stenciled in, whatever. But this can be sharpened enough, you know, for any situation. This of course it's not going to cut it like I want it to now, but you get the idea. I mean, paper is not skin, but you need to learn how to fashion things from things that are not them. This one I'm actually going to do a drawing and give to one of my subscriptions for my channel appreciation drawings. So one of you guys is going to get this bad boy. I hope you like it. Another thing, you have all, hopefully you have all seen one of these. Multi-tool. This is the cheap $10 Ace brand multi-tool. It's got a blade in it, screwdrivers. This one actually has a little file with a fish scaler, and it's even got a measuring system on it. Phillips head screwdriver, needle nose, pliers, wire cutters, strippers. This is the one I want to talk to you about, though. Pretty much every multi-tool on the planet has that, if you can see. It's a can opener, and it's not, you know, when I was a kid I always thought it was just for making the triangles for like the milk cans and stuff we used to get. We used to cut the triangles in it with it. Till my dad showed me one time. This is actually to open the can completely. Now, some of them are crap. I have a cheapo $5 Swiss Army knife. The can opener does not work. You could file it and make it work, but like I say, this is the cheap $10 one. If you got a can that you picked up out of a grocery store and you're starving to death, it's a, you know, an apocalypse type situation, you need to get in there. That's the good stuff in there. That's what's going to make you survive. So you pull out your crappy little multi-tool, and you can use your blade, you know, to chop at it, get at it, but there's a way of doing this that not a lot of people, I mean, I'm sure there are lots of people that do know, but a lot of people that don't know what this is actually for. So I'm going to show you what it's for right here. To do, you hook the little hook part on the outside of the can, and this blade goes on the inside of the can, and you just apply force and it pops through. You move it a little bit, and you just keep going around. Now you can see the part I got cut out right there. Now by this time, if you're doing this and you're wondering what's in there because it doesn't have a label, you'll be able to tell what it is by this time. If it's cream corn, throw that fucker and go on to the next can. Sorry to those people that like cream corn. I don't like cream corn at all. But you just work your way around the can. And it's not an electric can opener, it's not a hand crank can opener.
Daddy. but
you can get in there. Olive juice. Dropped it. So there you go. That's how you open a can with a piece of crap multi-tool. If you didn't know, now you do. Have a good day, guys.